So, is illegal camping a part of a criminal enterprise? Because under forfeiture law, the intent of forfeiture law is to disrupt criminal enterprises, and they've extended that to illegal camping. So how do you tie illegal camping to a criminal enterprise? That's not easy to do. Under the Wisconsin forfeiture law, specifically under Chapter 961, which is the Uniform Controlled Substance Act, there's mention criminal enterprises in relation to asset forfeiture. So they want the judicial system, the prosecutors want to, and even the cops, they want to associate any property involved with camping to be related to a criminal enterprise. So they're freely tying the act of camping to a criminal enterprise. They're tying loitering and prowling. That's why they say prowling in West Milwaukee, is because they want to make it look like it's more a part of a criminal enterprise. So forfeiture law is actually shaping the laws so that the judicial system can tie it to a criminal enterprise. So activities that an individual is conducted in is going to be tied to something greater than themselves, and that's what the cops want to regulate. Everything that you do is related to a criminal enterprise. It's not individual, because then it looks more noble for the cops to go out there and try to disrupt your activities of sitting in a parking lot pretty much twice for me now on the east half of the eastern section of Wisconsin. I'm associated with criminal enterprises sitting in a parking lot, and that needs to be disrupted by civil asset forfeiture, particularly taking money away from me, not taking the equipment, because money leads to the equipment. Money can buy that criminal stuff. Money can buy this car that I already have. Money can buy equipment that have to deal with the camping that I already have. And it's just easier for the cops to demand money because that's transferable. That's a transferable item. They can convert it into other things a little faster than actually seizing the property. So it's a very convenient means of asset forfeiture. Just going for the money, it's just easier. You can get it by credit card, and quickly apply it to your own benefit. And that's is that really in the spirit of civil asset forfeiture? Because the lawmakers seem to take a different course of action here when they initially started civil asset forfeiture by associating criminal activity with like gangs. That's like big city stuff. Okay, a lot of these laws, the civil asset forfeiture, I think derived from big city gangster activity, something that you'd find coming out of Milwaukee, Chicago, the early 1900s with the gangsters. The intent of the lawmakers, and I don't even know if Illinois is following along the same pattern of legal enforcement by trying to disrupt criminal enterprises through civil asset forfeiture. I don't know. I never got charged with any crimes in Illinois, but I'm certainly getting beat up in Wisconsin because they're filling up my calendar with court dates now, all to disrupt my criminal enterprise of parking in parking lots that I'm not supposed to, without adequate notice of my gang activity. What gang am I associated with? If this is a criminal enterprise, then they're using criminal enterprise as a broad definition to include ongoing organizations, associations, or groups associated in illegal activities, especially those related to controlled substances. And it sounds like that's something I need to bring up. Did I get caught with drugs? Okay. Is there some kind of drug trafficking, that they want to associate my activity with? Because that's something that's actually defined in the statutes that the lawmakers are targeting. So it sounds like that has to be part of my defense. Asking, what drugs was I caught with? What was I associated? You know, if this is part of a criminal enterprise, am I associated with gambling, drugs? What do they call those? Like hot, the hot items that people sell to the pawn shops. Am I selling stolen items? Is anything that I have on me stolen? Okay, you search my car. You ran the plates. There's nothing stolen. I'm not gambling. I mean, what criminal enterprise are you associating me with? That seems to be overlooked. They'll overlook that. Coming at me as an individual, and still the law is associating me with a criminal enterprise. And it just the intent and the implication, the intent of the law and the practice of it don't seem to be aligning here, because even the ordinance is for Outagamie County is saying the individual or group, okay, and that's not being made clear as part of forfeiture law, the individual or group. Maybe they just want to assume that the individual could be secretly involved with the group. So pick on the individual, even if you can't. It sounds like the way this law is structured, they have some kind of a system where they're associating everybody in their notes. When they look up an individual, they might have a section to associate the individual with a gang of some kind. What kind of gang is? What kind of criminal enterprise is this person a part of? there might be a section for that. If you could look up your WBI, your WBI records, because you have FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigations, but you also have Wisconsin Bureau of Investigations, and they're probably more strongly associating individuals with particular gangs in some way. Maybe I'm part of the YouTube gang, even though my YouTube gang has shadow banned me pretty much. I'm not that strongly attached to that type of gang. If they're shadow banning me, they're allowing me to use the platform, but I'm on a limited basis. So it's really frustrating to deal with this. That they change the way they structure this law and make their arguments about civil asset forfeiture and how they use that as part of their criminal deterrence changes the argument. And so I have to focus on the criminal procedure instead of I have to focus on the civil procedure over the criminal procedure, and that changes the way I have to make arguments with this. And because they say I could be associated with the criminal enterprise, it looks like I have to bring that up in court. I've never had to do that before, bring up the aspects of this criminal enterprise under the forfeiture law. Well, I'm here to learn. Today I want to get a better idea of what they're talking about in court. I just have to figure out how to ask the question before I go to court, because they don't allow any Wi-Fi at the courthouse. So I gotta get my questions formed properly before arriving at the courthouse and ask about how I'm associated with the criminal enterprise.